Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I know it seems like we've been going through a lot of different die-casts in the last couple of weeks, but it's the holidays. We've been getting a lot of cool die-casts, Mopar die-cast obviously. So I figured I'd go through them. There's not a whole lot of news going on with the holidays, but I figured I'd go over this one. I ordered this about a month ago. This is the 1962 Plymouth Savoy Matchbox Collector's variant. And it comes in this really cool Mattel's Creation Matchbox Collector's box. It hasn't been opened yet. I just got this today, but I figured I'd go through it and kind of show you how detailed this little car is compared to most Matchbox cars. So this is like the equivalent of a Hot Wheels RLC, but again, Matchbox does a really cool job because they do kind of like more realistic cars than Hot Wheels, and they do cars that are not usually what Hot Wheels would have in today's lineup. So you wouldn't usually see a 1962 Plymouth Savoy. Now, there's been Plymouth Savoys in the past in Hot Wheels' lineups, more in the like premium drag racing kind of deals, but not lately. So it's kind of cool to see Matchbox kind of doing something that Hot Wheels hasn't done in a while. But anyways, let's open this up. But first, I want to read the box. The 1962 Plymouth Savoy was a freshly redesigned midsize sedan. Families large and small piled into these long-bodied cars and hit the road for day trips and road trips alike. What set this model apart from its predecessors was its large Max Wedge engine. The engine was designed on the race spec engines that Plymouth incorporated into their drag racing dominant cars at the time. This car offered a lot more than what meets the eye. So again, it says this product is intended for adult collectors and is not intended for children under the age of 14. But what's cool about these is, we'll have to take the tape off of it. What's cool about these models are they come in like little displays. I got a Ram ambulance one not too long ago, and it was pretty cool. It had the national parks theme to it, and it was kind of like a really cool Spectraflame color. This one isn't Spectraflame. So it's not that really fancy paint that you see on the Hot Wheels. If I can get this tape off. This tape, they did a really good job taping this up. If I can't get it off, I'm just going to cut it. Take a pair of scissors here and cut it open. But, this one is a full-out race decoed variant. Of course, it's all done up with tissue paper so it doesn't get scratched. Come on. That's cool. They even put a little top on it so it doesn't bend the top. That was something that the ambulance one didn't have. So as you can see, it's wrapped up in tissue paper. Take the tissue paper off. It's taped. And again, this is not going to be like fully opened. I'm just going to show you the display. This is going to go up in my office here. They just came out with a Jeep Gladiator one, which I wasn't too impressed with. Now, this is kind of different because the other one wasn't wrapped up like this one was. So as you can see, it's got a little display box here, and you can tell it's drag racing. So this is wrapped up a lot different than the Ram ambulance one was. So let's open this up a little bit, like shrink wrap. Now that was kind of tricky to open. I had to cut the plastic around it. It was almost like shrink wrap to it, and it made it really hard to actually see the car. But once I cut it open, we get a good look at this car. And I mean, the detail on it is phenomenal. It's kind of like a Spectraflame green, like almost an antifreeze green color that we've seen before on Hot Wheels cars. But for this one, there's like no metallic in it. It almost looks like it's like a matte finish, especially with the matte graphics on it. There's no like gloss to the graphics at all. So it looks really cool. I love the fact that they put Plymouth Savoy Flyer on the back over the stripes. looks killer. This is probably one of the better themed drag racing 1/64 scale cars. And the funny thing is, there's no roll cage in it. It's just got the bench seats, so it looks really factory-like. The base itself, the road bed looks really good. The wheels look, like, I would say better than the normal Matchbox wheels. They still look very, let me see if I can focus this in. They still look very detailed. They almost look like a matte gray, kind of period correct, instead of just like with a silver lip to them. So it looks pretty detailed. Obviously you have a metal undercarriage, metal chassis on this car, so it looks good. All chromed out. It does have headlight tempos. Let me see if I can pull the cover off the base real quick. I really don't want to do it, just because these Matchbox bases are kind of finicky. All right. Pull this base off here. And yeah, I mean, you can see the car a lot better now. But yeah, the graphics look amazing on it. Absolutely love what they did with the car. Kind of like that fighter jet kind of look. Savoy Flyer. It's got 62 on the side because it's a 1962 model. AFX car. It's very detailed. I really like how Matchbox is going with his collector's models. And I don't know if you can really see it or not. Let's see if I can zoom in just a little bit. See if I can zoom in. See how it says S Flyer on the back of the plate? But yeah, I mean, it's got taillight, headlight, tempos. Very sharp looking car. The road bed's actually pretty nice. It's just plastic, but it's like been painted. And the way it's been painted, it kind of looks like an actual, like there's texture to it. So it looks very cool. But every bit of this car, I mean, it doesn't have mirrors, obviously, but every bit of it looks cool. I love what they did with the wheels. Now that the cover's off and I actually get to see the wheels look like they're kind of like period correct, like that just powder-coated gray with the chrome highlights on it, and around the lips of the spokes, and the actual wheel itself. Very cool details to it, but that stripe on top, kind of like the Ram Charger stripes, those Jersey stripes, look awesome. I think that's what seals the deal for this car for me. So let's take and put it down here. Let's see if we can connect the base to the lid again. This is the only thing I don't like about these Matchbox collector's ones. The bases they're not as thick. They feel like they're kind of cheap. But with the little sleeve here, we stick it back in a diorama, and there you go. Looks like it's going down the quarter mile. Very cool. I would have to say, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would have to say that this model is probably a solid 8.5. For the bang for the buck, for what you get, especially being a Matchbox car. I like Matchbox's more realistic details than Hot Wheels. See, the sleeve does now, because there's no wrapping on it, it does feel like it slides really easy. But I do like the presentation. I think it's a great, look, it even says first release. That's cool. It's got the same thing that's on the outside of the box. I like it. I mean, I would love to see what your guys' opinions are. I think this is an awesome casting. I think this is probably my favorite Matchbox collector's one so far. They just came out with a Jeep Gladiator, and I was not impressed with it. So much so that I didn't get it. Even the truck that it was based on, it doesn't look like it. It just looked like they threw heavy-duty tempos onto the normal Gladiator casting. And I didn't see what the value was, but this one is killer. So if you're a fan of Plymouth 60s muscle cars, I would definitely say pick one of these up. I'm definitely going to have this on display. So anyways, take and leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. And I will try not to do as many die-cast videos. I know a lot of people like either love them or hate them. But I've been getting a lot of cool stuff lately, and I just figured I want to share and see what you guys think of all this stuff. So again, leave comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.